You're eating 1,200 calories. You're sweating for an hour every day. You track every single macro. And yet, your waistline is actually getting thicker. Why is your body punishing you for doing everything right? There is a biological reason why women who work out the hardest and diet the strictest often struggle the most to lose fat. And I promise you, it has absolutely nothing to do with your willpower. Today, we are completely unlearning the toxic fitness culture. I'm going to show you why your protein bar is making you bloated, why you need to stop fearing white potatoes, and if you stick around until the end, I will show you the exact psychological trick I use to eat pasta and still shrink my waist. Let's start with the biggest lie of all, the idea that you have to destroy your body to change it. Women are told that to lose fat, we need to do high-intensity interval training, lift heavy until we drop, and sweat buckets every single day. But female biology doesn't work like that. When you push yourself to the absolute limit every day, your body perceives that as danger. Your cortisol, the stress hormone, skyrockets. And when a woman's cortisol is chronically high, your body holds on to water weight for dear life. You don't look toned, you look puffy and swollen. This is why we focus on calisthenics, slow, controlled body weight movements. Moving through your exercises like you are moving through thick honey. It builds deep strength without sending your nervous system into a panic. But even if you fix your workouts and calm your nervous system down, you can still block your fat loss if your hormones are constantly spiked from eating. This is where I had to make a massive shift, and it completely changed my life. I hate the word diet. Calorie counting put me in a toxic scarcity mindset. So instead of aggressively limiting what I eat, I just shifted when I eat. I started with an eating window between 12 p.m. and 8 p.m. Why? Because every time you eat, a hormone called insulin spikes, telling your body to store energy. By giving your digestion a break, your insulin drops beautifully low, allowing your body to naturally burn stored body fat for fuel. Now, you might be wondering, Lavender, what can I actually drink during those fasting hours without breaking the spell? Keep it simple and clean. You can have all the water, sparkling water, black coffee, or plain herbal tea you want. Just no milk, no sugar, and definitely no artificial sweeteners. We want to keep that insulin completely asleep so your body stays in fat-burning mode. But here is the most important part, and please hear me out because we are unlearning toxic fitness today. 16 hours is not a prison sentence. Female bodies are beautifully sensitive to stress. If a 16-hour fast makes you feel anxious, dizzy, or exhausted, change it. Drop it to 14 hours, or even just a 12-hour window. Simply fasting from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. is still giving your digestion a wonderful 12-hour vacation. You adapt the clock to your body, not the other way around. You aren't starving, you're just organizing your hormones. So we've organized when you eat, giving your body that beautiful 16-hour reset. But what happens when the clock strikes 12 and it's actually time to eat? This is where the fitness industry really messes with our heads. We start fearing food that comes straight from the earth. If I could go back in time, I would gently warn my younger self. I used to refuse to eat white potatoes because they were bad carbs, but I would eat sweet potatoes. I avoided bananas because of too much sugar, but I would eat berries. I avoided normal rice, but I ate quinoa. Curls, this is exhausting. Here is the absolute truth. Anything that grows naturally on this planet is healthy for you. A white potato is not going to make you fat unless you eat 5 kilos of it. But guess what? The exact same thing applies to the sweet potato. When you start restricting perfectly healthy, natural foods because some fitness influencer told you they have too many carbs, you damage your digestion and you end up constantly hungry. Now, I can already hear some of you typing in the comments, But Lavender, does how I cook the potato matter? Like, is a baked white potato okay, but homemade French fries cooked in oil bad? Where's the line? Here is the Lavenderful tip. The danger isn't the potato itself. The danger is changing its molecular structure with deep frying and highly processed seed oils. When you deep fry a potato, it absorbs hundreds of empty calories and triggers inflammation in your body. But if you slice that same potato, toss it in a tiny bit of extra virgin olive oil, and air fry it or bake it in the oven, it is absolutely perfectly healthy, unless you eat at night. Don't fear the food, just be smart about the preparation, portion, and timing. But it gets worse. While we are busy being terrified of a completely natural white potato, what are we replacing it with? We are replacing it with the fitness industry's favorite scam: protein. Yes, it is important for building muscle, but the industry has created this panic that if you don't eat 150 grams of protein a day, your muscles will instantly evaporate. So what do? We start choking down highly processed protein bars and powders just to hit a number on an app. Have you ever eaten one of those bars and felt a heavy, brain-foggy, bloated rock sitting in your stomach 2 hours later? That's because they are packed with artificial sweeteners and chemical binders that absolutely wreck a woman's gut health. Relax your mind. If you are doing calisthenics to look toned, you do not need the protein intake of a male bodybuilder. Eat real food: eggs, fish, chicken, lentils, and your gut will flatten out almost instantly. But wait, I know exactly what the busy girls are saying right now. Lavender, I work 12-hour shifts. I literally do not have time to cook eggs or chicken during the day. If I can't eat a protein bar, what is a fast, grab-and-go, real food snack? I completely hear you. When you're on your feet for 12 hours, you do not have time to meal prep, and you might not even have a fridge, but you still don't need that chemical-filled bar. Here is my ultimate zero-prep, locker-friendly list. Grab a tear-open pouch of wild-caught tuna or salmon. You don't even have to drain them anymore. Just open and eat. Keep a bag of dry roasted edamame or pumpkin seeds in your bag. They are absolute plant-based protein powerhouses and satisfy that craving for something crunchy. Or look for high-quality grass-fed beef or turkey jerky with zero added sugar. It survives in your bag all day, gives you instant savory protein, and keeps your blood sugar perfectly flat. Real food is just as convenient when you know what to look for. But let's be honest, even if we fix our workouts, our fasting window, and clear out the fake protein, why do we still fall off track? Because most of the time, we aren't just eating for fuel, we're eating for comfort. When you have a really stressful day at work, or you finally finish a huge project, what is the first thing your brain says? I deserve a treat! I'm ordering a massive pizza. While there is absolutely nothing wrong with enjoying food, it becomes a trap when it's your only emotional outlet. I had to literally write out new ways to reward myself. Now, if I have a victorious day, my reward is giving myself 1 hour of pure, uninterrupted free time to read, take a bath, or just doom scroll on the couch guilt-free. When you stop putting food on a pedestal as the ultimate prize, it completely loses its manipulative power over you. To achieve this, you might need state change technique. When screaming craving hits, I use the 15-minute rule. I tell myself I can absolutely have the pizza, but I have to wait exactly 15 minutes. In those 15 minutes, I completely change my physical state. I drink a huge glass of ice-cold water, I step outside for fresh air, or I put on a song and dance around my room. 90% of the time, that dopamine wave passes. The panic leaves your body, and the craving just fades away. So if we stop using food as a band-aid for our bad days, does that mean we just eat boring, tasteless food forever? What about the foods we genuinely, passionately love? This is where the magic happens. I call this the joy distribution technique. My favorite food in the entire world is spaghetti. In the past, I would ban it completely. The tension would build up, and then I would binge on 3 massive bowls, feel physically sick, and hate myself. If you cut out your joy, it will backfire. I realized that the true joy of eating pasta comes from the taste, not from the feeling of a food coma. Now, I still eat spaghetti, but I only serve myself exactly 60% of what I used to eat. I eat it slowly, I savor every single bite, and the moment I feel satisfied, not full, but satisfied, I stop. I get the taste of my favorite food, but I wake up the next morning feeling light, lean, and proud of myself. This sounds beautiful, but it brings up the hardest question of all. And I feel that you might ask, Lavender, you said to stop when I feel satisfied, not full, but my stomach is so used to overeating. How do I actually, physically know the difference between the satisfied and full? It takes exactly 20 minutes for the stretch receptors in your stomach to send the "I'm full" signal to your brain. If you eat fast, you will overeat before your brain even knows what happened. So, here is how you know you are satisfied. The food stops tasting like absolute magic. Think about it. That first bite of pasta, heaven. But by the 10th bite, your taste buds adapt and you're just chewing for the sake of chewing. You're no longer hungry, you're just eating out of habit. The second the food loses that magical first bite feeling, your body is telling you it's satisfied. Put the fork down and save the rest for tomorrow. I want to hear from you. Which of these myths have you been trapped by the longest?